Norristown. Possession of the basketball now with a 3-point lead. It was said just a barely minute into the game. And there is a three from the wing. Tyler Lyons no good. Norristown offensive rebound. It's going to stay Eagle basketball. Highly anticipated matchup tonight as Norristown comes in. Winners of 8 straight, record of 8-1, 5-0 in the Pac-10. Methacton a record of 7-4. They are 3-1 in the Pac-10. But been competitive in just about all their losses so far this year. These crosstown rivals, renewed rivalry with Norristown joining the Pac-10 over the course of the last couple of years. Now Aaron Reddish from the elbow, no good. Rebound comes down to Gerardo, and here comes Methacton. Methacton, of course, led by the shooter Dave Duda, and the big 6'9" forward center, Jeff Woodward, who throws it away, and Norristown looks to run in transition. They get it to head Sanford, layup, up, got it to go. Marcus Sanford. Nice feed from his teammate. Got it to go. And Norristown with an early 5-0 lead. As they're going to look to put pressure on the Warriors here so far. Pressure has paid off for Eagles so far this year as they have frequently caused teams to turn the ball over and had trouble setting up their offense with this full-court man-to-man press. But Norristown ready to go. Aaron Reddish, the on-ball defender. Little bump on Timko. No call. Now in the corner three is up, and it is good. As the lefty, Dave Duda, who is a marksman, got to keep an eye on him just about all night as he can hit from as soon as he crosses over half court First Methacton field goal, 5-3 Eagles. The Eagles work the ball around the perimeter now. It's Aaron Reddish hit a three to start the game. 2-3 zone for the Warriors, who look content to let Norristown kind of pass the ball around the perimeter. But now Lions with a 17-footer up, no good. Rebound comes down to Methacton. As Woodard clears for Methacton. The run on the point is Marcus Gerardo for the Warriors. He's guarded by Aaron Reddish. And looks like, I thought we were going to get a turnover, but it was deflected off Reddish. Reddish can't believe the call. And they're going to get some help from the ref, as it looked like that might have been a turnover on the Warriors. And we are going to give the ball to the Eagles. Excellent work by the referees as they work together there to get the correct decision made. So Eagle basketball leading 5-3, just underway from the high school gymnasium. Sanford thought about three, but he traveled. So Marcus Sanford really thought about the three, but shuffled his feet. Turnover for Norristown. Just their first of the game so far. Well-attended game. I can clearly say most likely the highest attendance so far for a home game tonight. Obviously Methacton just a stone's throw away here from the Eagles. As McKeel Allen lucky not to get a foul called there, as he's had some unfortunate incidents with foul trouble over the course of the season so far. Norristown with a pressure man-to-man defense, trying to make it difficult for the Warriors to get it into the big fella. They'll settle for a three in the corner, and it is up and good. As Eric Timko bangs a three from the corner, and Methacton with their first lead of the game. It is 6-5. Now McKeel Allen from the elbow. Lefties, jumper up, no good. Timko clears it. Here come the Warriors as they're going to look to run with a little bit of pace. And layup up and no good as Woodward intimidated by the long arm of the law there. And Norristown trailing by one, 6-5, 4:31 to play here in the first. And they'll slow things down a little bit. Reddish, open three, up, no good. Rebound comes down to Woodward as he is going to be tough to move inside. 6'9" with some size. Clear height advantage over anybody on Norristown. Now the big fella up, layup, can't get it to go. McKeel Allen there as the big fella missed the bunny, but here comes Norristown, and we're going to get a traveling violation. I think that all depends upon the referee, as we've seen Xavier Edwards with that move just about all year not get called. We call it the Euro step, basically a 2.5 step move that has been really liberally allowed by referees for the most part, but looks like they're going to call close here tonight. So another turnover for Norristown, past the halfway point. Underneath was Timko, and we got a foul. First foul of the game, as we've played 4 minutes before our first foul. So it looks like it's going to be the Warriors inbounding the ball, baseline left. Vernon Tubbs into the game for Norristown. Corner three, up, it is no good. And Woodard gets his hand on the rebound, but and Methacton saves it. Excellent hustle there as Duda was able to get it back in and earn another chance for his mates. And banging the three is Brett Epperly. And Methacton on a little run here as they lead 9-5 with 3:30 to play here in the first. As Norristown works the ball around the perimeter, they got McKeel Allen taking it to the big fella. Layup up, no good. Rebound comes down to Norristown. Great pump fake underneath, up and no good. As it was Nazir Kinney who got the offensive rebound, couldn't get it to go, but another turnover on Methacton is going to get Norristown another possession. Sanford in the corner, uses his body, gets it underneath. Left hand layup, good. McKeel Allen on the nice feed from Sanford. Ends the drought for Norristown, as they trail by 2 as we approach the 3-minute mark so far in a briskly played first half. And Norristown double team is going to get another turnover. Vernon Tubbs feeds Sanford. The layup is up and good. And a quick timeout as Jeff Durstein has seen enough. Pressure to Norristown getting to the Warriors. And this will just be a 30-second timeout, as what we've seen so far is a run by both teams. Norristown getting off to the early run. Methacton answering with a couple of threes, as they have 9 points on 3 threes from 3 different players. But Norristown's pressure defense has turned over the Warriors several times and knotted this game at 9. Norristown comes in on an impressive Christmas break stretch as they won a tournament in Reading defeating Downingtown East 54-47, and then the host team Reading, they won 63-56, taking that tournament. Methacton, as we said, been very competitive in their games so far this season. Lost a close game to Lower Merion by 4, 51-47 over the Christmas break. So out of the timeout, the Warriors, possession of the basketball, were knotted at 9. And we have 2:40 to play here in the first. Good defense by Norristown as they prevent the backdoor pass. And Norristown playing excellent man-to-man defense so far. Have only yielded a couple jump shots. Unfortunately, Methacton has connected on 3 of 4 three-pointers so far. Now the big fella looks to put the ball on the court and take it away as McKeel Allen, with active hands, without reaching in, was able to take it away. And Vernon Tubbs dishes off to Nazir Kinney, gave the big fellow the ball in a precarious position. Norristown fortunate to maintain possession of the basketball as the arrow's in their favor. So they'll inbound the ball baseline right. Sanford having a little bit of trouble getting the ball in bounds. Finally finds Lyons in the corner and slapped out of bounds by the Warriors. Going to still be Eagle basketball as the Eagles look to try to reclaim the lead late here in the first quarter. So Methacton pretty committed to that 2-3 as they're fortunate to have the big fellow, 6'9", Jeff Woodward, to police the paint. Swing pass by Norristown. Vernon Tubbs, pull up, 16-footer off the rim and no good, but the rebound comes down to Norristown. Sanford with a big floater, no good. It's definitely the height of Woodward. Impacted Sanford's attempt there. Little extra high arcer comes up short. And now Methacton with an opportunity to take a lead. Woodward at the top of the key. Jump shot. Gets the friendly roll. He's on the road, but he gets a home roll right there, folks. 11-9 Methacton. As the bounce is going Methacton's way early on. They lead by 2. Swing pass to Sanford. Sanford directs traffic. Back to Lyons. Lyons got an open 3. Strong. Rebound comes down to Methacton. And they've been pretty strong in the defensive boards. Norristown has had a lot of success this year when pestering the offensive boards, but Methacton has really boxed out well. But now we're going to have a turnover here and an offensive foul called on Jeff Woodward, who lowered the shoulder. The bench of Methacton not very happy with the call. That's Woodward's first. And some mass substitution here for the Eagles as we approach the 1-minute mark of this first quarter. 11-9 Methacton. So Xavier Edwards with the basketball as Norristown has had to settle for some outside jump shots, as Woodward has certainly prevented some effective play inside, and Kenny couldn't get the layup to go. It's deflected out of bounds. Will stay Norristown ball. So frustrating start for Nazir Kenny, who had easy layup, but don't know if he thought the 6'9" Woodward was lurking or not, but layup couldn't go. And Woodward's going to come out of the game now. We'll see with the 6'9" player out if Norristown looks to try to pound the ball inside, because it looks like the height advantage is switched towards the Eagles. Now Tubbs in the corner. Swings it out. Edwards behind the back. 17-footer is a beauty. Xavier Edwards, a little dipsy-do, got the jumper to go. That ties the game at 11. And a steal by Vernon Tubbs. And he took it away from number 2, Owen Kropp. And that's what fuels Norristown, that pressure defense. Vernon Tubbs picks the pocket of Kropp. And he gets a layup to give the Eagles. Oh, that looked like it could have been a push-off there, as Eberle hands it off. And it's been tough for Duda, as he has not had much room at all. And they're going to have to settle for a way downtown 3. No good. Just 2 seconds left in the corner. Tubbs is going to have to put it up from 30. Oh, nearly got it to go, but just strong. So Vernon Tubbs energizes this team and this crowd. And his late bucket's going to give the Eagles a lead, 13-11 after the first. We'll be right back. Another excellent rendition by the Norristown High School cheerleaders, who, as I've said over the course of the past couple of years, have just gotten better, better, and better. So just about ready to start this second quarter. Norristown with a narrow 13-11 advantage. It's a seesaw first quarter as both teams held the lead for brief periods of time. Norristown led by as many as 4. Methacton's largest lead was 2. So Warriors with possession of the basketball, and we're going to get a bump as it is Nizer Kenny on the foul as he bumps number 25, Ben Christian. Just 3 fouls overall as nobody on either team has attempted a free throw so far. And we are a ways away from either team being in the penalty now before the end of this second quarter. Now, Methacton with possession of the basketball. Open 3 in the corner is strong, and it's going to be Norristown basketball as the ball hit the support. And an open 3, no good for Methacton, and so the Eagles have an opportunity to build on that 2-point lead. And Edwards in a hurry looks to split the D. He does. Couldn't get the layup to go. And Woodward, he clears for Methacton. So here come the Warriors. Woodward uses that big body to his advantage to set a pick, looks to roll, and they are going to get it to him. Looks like he might have shuffled his feet, no call. And the layup is good for Methacton. They've tied the game at 13. And it looked like Methacton was just committed to get the ball to Woodward on that particular play. And now a turnover, as active hands by the Warriors going to lead to a layup. Eric Timko on the finger roll after the turnover by the Eagles, and now it's Methacton with a 15-13 lead. Just a minute and a half into this second quarter. Tubbs from way downtown misses. Rebound. Kenny finds Reddish. Reddish has a 3. It's up. It's no good. And Methacton clears. So the Eagles, who hit a couple early threes, struggling from the outside now, but getting good looks. Got to think they're going to fall a little bit later as they look to get the ball back inside of Woodward. Woodward's layup is up and no good, gets his own rebound. And you can't teach size as the height of Woodward, 6'9", paying off right now. And Binky Johnson's going to call timeout for the Eagles. As you can see, I don't know if it's a 30-second. It is a 30-second timeout, so we're going to stay with you. I get pretty clear that Jeff Durstein, head coach of Methacton, has made a committed effort to get the ball to the big man so far this second quarter, as he has touched the ball in just about every offensive possession for the Warriors. And it has benefited as they trailed by 2 to start this quarter, but a little 6-0 run and some cold shooting by the Eagles has given the Warriors a 17-13 lead. So we'll see how Binky Johnson tries to neutralize the 6'9" Jeff Woodward. Get a body on the big guy, try to make things difficult for him. But again, tallest player listed for Norristown, 6'4", so a 5-inch height advantage for the junior center from Methacton. Now a 3, corner, got it. As Nizer Kenny wasted no time out of the timeout and hit a 3 from the wing. And that closes the Methacton advantage to a point, 17-16. As Norristown continues on with the press, and they're going to get Vernon Tubbs with a reach-around foul there. He got away with I'm not going to say got away with, but he excellent steal earlier on a play. We have seen an occasional foul called on him there, but when you reach around behind the back, even if you don't make contact with a player, oftentimes it just looks like a foul. As Allen and Woodward banging in position, and McKeel Allen doesn't want to give anything easy to the big guys. He's fronting him right now. We'll see if Norristown has the help on the other side, as they're going to get an open 3 in the corner, and it is up. It is no good. McKeel Allen clears for Norristown, and a little cheap foul, as it was Owen Kropp who reached in. And just the second team foul on the Warriors so far. So we would say a pretty crisp game. Not a lot of turnovers, not a lot of fouls. And what looks like two pretty evenly matched teams. So Lyons with the basketball. He finds Sanford. Sanford decides not to use the pick. That ball is deflected out of bounds. And looks like Eagles wanted a foul call there as a similar reach around that deflected the ball was not called as a foul. Could be a different ref, different position, who knows. But still, the Eagles with the basketball. So they'll look to set up. Sanford off a screen in the corner, tries to get it inside to Allen. Allen double teamed. Now left alone. He's got an opportunity to take the big fella. And he forces an awkward shot. It is no good, but Norristown with the rebound. Reddish. Jump stop. Up. Good. Veteran move by Aaron Reddish. As a little jump stop. 6-foot hook. Got it to go. And it's now Norristown on the right side of an 18-17 lead. Big screen by Woodward as the pick and roll is up, no good. As Aaron Reddish looked to defend. Layup would not go, but there is a foul called. As Reddish, that looks like it's going to be his first foul. Team fourth. So Woodward at the free throw line. Gets the first to go. Bit of an awkward shot, but effective, at least on the first one. As you can definitely see the motive by Methacton right now is pound the ball inside, get Woodward involved. Second free throw is up. It is no good. And Kenny clears for the Eagles. 1 out of 2 for the Warriors. And we are knotted at 18, just about the midway part of the second quarter. Methacton maintains their 2-3 zone. And we're going to get another open three. And another bucket for Nazir Kenny. As Kenny hit another three from just about the same spot he hit the last one. Woodward couldn't get the layup to go. And McKeel Allen bangs the ball free. Here comes Norristown. And we're going to get a bump. As a little shake and bake there by Aaron Reddish led to a blocking foul by the Warriors. As in, be the Eagles with a basketball and a 3-point lead. As Nazir Kenny, who's hit 2 threes, carbon copies of each other, to give the Eagles this 3-point lead. Now Allen, a little fadeaway, couldn't get it to go. Nice shot by the senior forward. And an effective technique against somebody who's 5 inches taller, but just couldn't get it to go. Now the Warriors, who've run into a little drought since their little early spurt here in the second, as they look to get it inside of the big fella, and they do, and he flushes it down. And he pumps up the Methacton crowd as Jeff Woodward with a 2-hand flush has narrowed the Norristown lead just to 1, 21-20. So now it's Sanford. He tries to quiet that Methacton crowd. Kenny, who's done his part so far. Sanford finds Lyons. Lyons uses a pick from Allen. Looks to break down the defense. Gets an open three for Reddish. It is strong. Last touch by Norristown. It's going to be Warrior basketball. And a none too friendly chant by the Methacton crowd at Aaron Reddish as they're calling him overrated. I don't necessarily agree with that whatsoever. Aaron Reddish, just a sophomore, contributing quite a bit to this Norristown High School team. Still several years to grow into the player that he's going to be. So a little foolishness over there, but hijinks nonetheless, as I guess all's fair when it comes to hometown rivalries. So here we go. Methacton trails 21-20 as we approach the 3-minute mark here of this second quarter. Lions, as the Norristown look to try to quick double team, as they're trying to make it difficult to enter the ball into Woodward, but they did get it to him. Woodward tears it back out. They get an open three. It's up and no good. Floorboard's going to come down to Norristown as boxing out was number 5, Marcus Gerardo, but in his taste of boxing out, he didn't retrieve the basketball, so now it is Norristown's basketball. So some substitutions now for Norristown as you want to keep fresh legs. Edwards running the point for the Eagles, hands it off to Sanford. Sanford to Lyons as Norristown very patient with this 2-3 zone so far, as Edwards nearly threw it away. Sanford with the jump stop finds Tubbs in the corner. Tubbs to Lyons. Lyons up against the big fella and got it to go. 6'9", who cares? As he challenged the big fella, got it to go. I think Woodward didn't want to pick up his second foul there. And so now it's Methacton, who trails by 3. Just about 2 minutes to play. Layup up and no good. Here come the Eagles as they want to run. Vernon Tubbs. Hands off to Sanford. Now Norristown will set up. As 2 people run to the high post. Allen thought about shooting the 14-footer. They find Tubbs in the corner. Tubbs gets it inside to Allen. Allen nearly double-teamed. Back out top to Sanford. Norristown very patient on this particular possession as they're trying to work it around, find an opening, get an open shot, or challenge the big fella inside. It's going to be Sanford who does, and he gets the roll. So Marcus Sanford got a friendly roll, and now a turnover. Here comes Norristown, and Lyons, sensing he had an opportunity to draw some contact, does just that, and he'll be rewarded with a couple of free throws. So a little spurt now by the Eagles as they are now leading this game by 5. And it's been the defense that has accounted for this Norristown lead so far. So Tyler Lyons with a couple of free throws. Just 1:17 to play here in the second quarter. And some confusion here by the refs as it looks like, see a Warrior player heading into Mr. Dennis Flynn's office, longtime athletic trainer. Doesn't look like anything serious. And so a slight delay here as we try to right the ship, see what's happening. If you're just joining us, you've missed a lot. The Eagles lead by 5, their largest lead of the game, 25-20. But it has been a tight-fisted affair, as it is Lyons to connect on the first. And despite being on the road, the Methacton crowd not using their road voices as they're trying to get into the head of Lyons, and they are unsuccessful. As ice water in the veins of Lyons, 2 for 2, and it is a 7-point Norristown lead, 27-20, with just $1:15 here to play in the second. And it's been the pressure of Norristown that's caused the turnovers and led to a couple easy buckets. Now they get the ball to the big fella. And a little give and go, and here come the Warriors. And another turnover as Tubbs, that familiar move, takes it to the big fella, draws the contact. Couldn't get it to go, would have been the second foul on Woodward. And I think the referees are thinking it was Vernon Tubbs that initiated that contact, but a lot of times you see that called, and now we are going to have another reach in. And that one a little more obvious than the one he stole the ball and got the layup on earlier. And Tubbs, I think, a little bit frustrated. He didn't get the foul call on the other end there, as it'll be his second foul, team 5th. So, again, doesn't look like we're going to get to the bonus here unless there's a rash of fouls in the last 50.6 seconds, as the Warriors seem like they've had a lid on the bucket over the course of the last 4 minutes of this quarter. Let's see what they dial up out of the inbound play. They find Duda, who's had tough going so far. Hit an early 3, but really hasn't gotten a lot of good looks, if any, tonight. Now a little backdoor layup up and no good. McKeel Allen clears the ball for Norristown. We'll see what they want to do. 27 seconds left. And in no particular hurry is Tyler Lyons, as they will be content with taking the last shot of this second quarter. 15 seconds to play. Methacton laying back right now. So Norristown at worst should go in with a 7-point lead. They can build on that now with a bucket in the last 5 seconds. But it may be a turnover. A scramble for the ball on the floor. McKeel Allen throws it up and he got it off the window. Turning garbage into gold. McKeel Allen got the loose change on the floor, and this time the bank is open. And it leads to a 29-20 lead for the Eagles. As the rolls that weren't going their way early, they do late. And a spurt by the Eagles has led to a 29-29 point advantage for the Eagles.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the halftime of Methacton versus Norristown basketball 2018. And we'd like to make the following announcement and celebration. No good deed goes unseen. The Baseline Booster Club would like to thank these 4 individuals for their countless hours of love, support, and dedication to Norristown basketball. There have been countless numbers of student athletes that have come through the gym doors and always knew that these 4 people would be here to support them. We just want to thank you and appreciate all your time serving in our programs. It's a great honor that we present these awards to Ms. Dolores Ginyard, Mr. Ted Avery, Mr. Otis Ginyard, and Mr. Jim Sarator. Again, we thank you so much for the time you spent serving our students.
Folks, we're just about ready to start this third quarter. And if you're just joining us, Norristown with a late run in the second quarter and pull out to a 29-20 advantage. They trailed by as many as 4 in that second. But their defense, the reason that they are up in this particular game is Methacton had difficulty getting the ball across half court, and when they did not get very clean looks. Just 20 points for the Warriors after 16 minutes of play. So it is the Warriors with the basketball to start this second half. Woodward, who's been a force inside all night for the Warriors. Hands off to Duda. And Methacton with their motion offense trying to create a look. And, well, it should have been maybe a push-off right there. A lot of contact, no call. And it's going to be Woodward with the ball, can't get it to go. And McKeel Allen, a look of confusion on his face. As from this particular angle, it looked like Woodward pushed off to get that initial look. And when a 6'9" guy uses his arm, certainly stands out. But big fella at the free throw line. First free throw is up and strong. Just 1 of 3 at the free throw line for the 6'9" Woodward. And the second one is strong as well. And we got a foul. And it looks like we are going to get a foul on Methacton, as it was Edwards boxing out. But foul's on Timko. First team foul, Methacton to start this third quarter. So now the Eagles with their first possession. Methacton empty at the foul line to start this third quarter here. So the Eagles maintain a 9-point advantage. Lyons gets the ball to Allen. Allen, who's not been shy going against Woodward, might have got away with an extra step, got his own offensive rebound, hook shot up, left it short, and now we're going to get a foul on Edwards as he came in a little bit too aggressively and fouled Woodward. And that's going to be the first team foul on Norristown. And just his first foul, and again, a pretty briskly played first And we're going to get a deflection. What do we have here? It's going to stay Methacton basketball. A pretty briskly played first half, just a handful of fouls, so nobody in real foul trouble for either side. Vernon Tubbs does have 2. And an excellent job by McKeel Allen to lay off, as he was not in a position there to go for that steal, and we've seen him commit fouls like that in the past, but good senior move there to lay back. So now it's Methacton with the ball, trying to cut into that 9-point Norristown lead. Duda off a screen, hasn't had a chance to breathe tonight, as Norristown has identified him as the guy they want to stop, and they have for the most part. And now a turnover, as it looked like Lyons was beat, but the active hands of Norristown turned the ball over, and Redditch trying to go coast to coast. Cannot. And now it's Methacton with numbers. And we're going to have a travel. And Jeff Durstein a little upset at his mates there, as they certainly had numbers in transition, but reluctant to get things going was Eberly. And maybe a missed opportunity there for the Warriors. And Kenny checks into the game now for Norristown. Just a minute and a half into this third quarter, neither team has scored yet. And not the typical Norristown score you'd see, 29-20 with 6 minutes to play in the third. Used to being in the 40s or 50 by this point, but their defense has been locked down tonight. Kenny hit 2 big threes in the first, hands it off to Allen. Allen with a beautiful 12-footer. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And it is now an 11-point lead for the Eagles, as they have started to create some separation now between them and the Warriors. We'll see what the Warriors can do to try to answer this Eagle run that goes back to midway through the second. And there's going to be a hop and a step, and Woodward doesn't understand it, but it was clearly a walk there. And head coach Jeff Durstein doesn't like the way his team has come out to start this second half. He calls timeout. And it is a full timeout. So with 5:48 to play here in the third, the Eagles lead 31-20. We'll be right back. So a very upset Jeff Durstein out of the timeout, who has seen his team that led by 4 about halfway through this second, now trailing by 11. And they have had massive troubles on the offensive end the last 6 minutes of this basketball game. So the Eagles with the ball, an 11-point lead. Edwards, as they have gone to, looks like a little bit of a man-to-man defense here, trying to switch things up on the Eagles. See if they go back to their 2-3 zone. Methacton largely been a zone team over the course of the years. Don't think you want to get into a man-to-man defense against the Eagles, as the athleticism could lead to some easy baskets. Sanford in a little bit of trouble, throws it up and lucky not to throw it away. Edwards throws it over them, a big fella. Xavier Edwards with a high arcer over the 6'9" stretch of Jeff Woodward, and is now a 13-point Eagle lead. Now, thought about a 3 there was 25 Ben Christian, and maybe he should have put it up, because instead we have another Methacton turnover. And it looks like the wheels are coming off a little bit right now for Methacton, as they're not going to waste any time and get Dave Duda back into the game, try to get some open looks for the sharpshooter, who's had a tough night so far. Just no room to breathe. We got 5:04 to play here in the third. Edwards gets bumped by the big fella, but the big fella is able to block his shot simply by standing on the feet, one of the advantages of being 6'9". Under 5 minutes to play, 33-20. And a little shake and bake move, no good. Rebound comes down to Sanford. He looks to push, finds Lyons. Lyons tries to dissect the defense. Can't get it to go, but it'll go to the free throw line. So the aggressiveness of Tyler Lyons pays off again. And he'll go to the free throw line for the third and fourth time tonight. Lyons 2 of 2 from the free throw line in the first. We'll see if Methacton comes up with a ploy here to try to distract the senior guard. They do. It is unsuccessful. So some substitutions on the side of Methacton as they got to get something going offensively. As this lead has mushroomed to 14, could be 15 if Lyons gets this second free throw to go. And he does. 4:40 to play, 35-20 Norristown. And they're going to get an opportunity inside, layup up and good. As some crisp passing there by the Warriors leads to an easy layup inside for Woodward. So that ends a long drought for Methacton. And again, when they got things going in the first half, they found a way to get the ball to number 55. But the Eagle defense, now on a careless turnover. As Sanford threw it away. Allen zigged when he thought he was going to zag. Now it's Methacton with a clear plan to get the ball to Woodward. Woodward thought about the jumper. Nice little spin move hook, and it is a beauty. You're not going to stop that. As a silky smooth move by Jeff Woodward has 2 consecutive field goals for the center, has closed the Eagles' advantage to 11. Now Tubbs, as he gets bumped. And foul's going to be on number 3, Brett Eberle. Just the first on Eberle, 3rd team foul from Methacton. And the Eagles look to try to stop a little mini 4-0 run here by the Warriors. Tubbs walked with the basketball. So a couple empty possessions by Norristown. Careless turnovers the last 2 times down. And Methacton with an opportunity to cut the lead to single digits. So the Warriors with the basketball. Eberle guarded closely by Tubbs. Tubbs thought about that reach-in. Instead, they give it up to the 6'9 senior, or junior center. Couldn't get it to go, but he'll go to the free throw line where he has looked somewhat awkward tonight. Woodward just 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Was hoping he'd only have to shoot 1 there if he could have got that layup to go with the clear contact. He misses again. So Reddish back into the game for Eagles. You certainly don't hope that Norristown's in a position where they're going to have to foul at the end of this game. But if they are, it looks like Jeff Woodward is the man to go after, as he has had all kinds of trouble at the free throw line tonight. And he continues to struggle, just 1 of 6, and another empty trip for Methacton. So an 11-point lead for the Eagles, who have slowed down a little bit offensively here. Aaron Reddish with a nice little dribble, couldn't get the layup to go, and the floorboard comes down to Methacton. Eberle looks to run, hands it to Duda. His open 3 is up and good. As David Duda, you give him an inch, he's going to take advantage. And the quick release by the lefty got it to go. And a little 7-0 run by the Warriors has cut what was a 15-point lead down to 8. Looks like Methacton's not going anywhere anytime soon. And Biggie Johnson, not liking what he's seen on the offensive end, is going to call timeout. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay with you right now. As Norristown has committed a few careless turnovers, but they have maintained their lead. It was 9 at the break. They got it to 15. But a couple of layups by Woodward and a quick release 3 by Duda has cut the lead to 8. with just 3 minutes and 3 seconds to play here in the third quarter. So Methacton going to try to employ some full court pressure here. We'll see how Norristown responds. And they get it to Tubbs. Tubbs, who's an excellent ball handler, easily beats his man. They're Methacton looking to switch things up and trap, but the Eagles are able to handle that rather easily, and they look to set up. Now Tubbs takes it himself off the window. Strong rebound Woodward. As the floater by Tubbs was strong, and Norristown unsuccessful again offensively. And an open three for Eberly. It's up. It is no good as Kenny clears the defensive board for the Eagles. And he'll look to a second himself as he gets to the Allen. Allen's layup up and good. Great job by the big man catching the ball in traffic, turning, facing, getting the layup to go. Huge advantage when you have a big fella who's athletic like that. And back to a 10-point lead for the Eagles. And a little cheap foul away from the basketball there. And fourth team foul on the Eagles. And so it'll be Eberly to inbound the ball for the Warriors. Gives and goes and gets it back. And now Methacton with numbers. Tried to get it inside. Instead, they're going to get an open three at the top of the key. No good. But another three for Duda is up and no good. And rebound comes down to Reddish. And undercutting him was a Warrior player. Can't see the number from here. Looks like it was going to be Gerardo. And certainly got to think that's a Warrior foul. And it is. As Reddish came down with a rebound. And he was fouled, so Norristown with possession of the basketball and a 10-point lead. And now it looks like a little 1-2-2 pressure, three-quarter court pressure here, which they quickly lay off of. And it's going to lead to a Norristown layup. Not sure what was happening there on the Methacton end defensively, but it leads to an easy basket for the Eagles. And now McKeel Allen nearly overplays his hand right there. They find Duda. Duda inside, taken away. Xavier Edward read the pass from Duda, and he is fouled in transition, which is going to prevent an opportunity for the Eagles. As Duda trying to feed a teammate inside, Edwards anticipated the pass, took it the other way, was fouled before he could get something going offensively. Instead, the Eagles will inbound the basketball right next to their bench. We got a minute 40 to play. The Eagles lead by 12, 39-27. McKeel Allen in the corner. Anticipated the double team, got rid of it right away. Reddish nearly turned it over. Now hands it back out to Sanford. Edwards puts the ball on the floor and nearly gets in trouble. Now he gets it back out to Sanford. Sanford pump fake, 17-footer up strong. Saw that all the way. It didn't come off the hand right, and now a frustration foul by Aaron Reddish. Going to be the 5th team foul on Norristown. It's just a second team foul on Reddish. And the sophomore is going to go to the bench and have a talk with Coach Johnson. As you don't like seeing fouls 62 feet away from the basket. So Methacton with the ball is Woodward. Looks to hand off to his teammate Duda. In the corner, he does. The three is short, but it's Woodward, the beneficiary of a lucky bounce. Right spot, right time there for the 6'9 junior center. And it is a 10-point lead as we are under a minute to play here in the third. And Methacton bench wanted an offensive foul on Sanford. Not sure if that was embellished there, but no call. What has been a decently refereed game so far, we'd say. Nearly a turnover. But it is Norristown still with the basketball. Cross-court pass, Sanford goes against the big fella, and he says, As ball is rejected by Woodward, and touching the ball, but on the end line was Sanford. And so now it's Methacton with the basketball. And they'll have an opportunity to cut this lead to single digits with just 32.8 seconds left in this third quarter. So So Timko inbounds the basketball. It's been Brett Eberly at the helm for Methacton most of the night. He has had his difficulties dealing with the pressure D from some Norristown. And we're going to get a bump by Edwards here as the frustrated Eberly finally happy that a foul was called. And all of a sudden, 16 fouls on Norristown. And for just about the entire rest of this game, the next Norristown foul is going to result in free throws as the referee says something to Eberly to try to calm down the fiery junior guard. Cross-court pass. It's going to lead to an open three. Eberly can't get it to go. And it's Lions with a basketball now. Foul on Methacton. That's going to be their 16th foul. So a first half that saw just a handful of fouls sees 16 fouls in the quarter by both, which may lead to a free throw-laden fourth quarter. So Kenny into the game for Norristown. With just 13.3 seconds left, you got to think they're going to hold for one. Tubbs inbounds the basketball to Lions. 10 seconds to play. And another bump, and this is going to be free throws. So a careless foul by the Warriors. Way away from the basket. It's going to be the 17th foul, so this means one in the bonus for Vernon Tubbs. So Sanford in. Got to think this is an offense for defense substitution by Binky Johnson, bringing in the veteran senior guard. So Tubbs' first free throw is up. It is no good. And so now it's going to be Methacton with an opportunity as Tubbs misses the front end of the 1-and-1 with 4.5 seconds left. We'll see how Norristown wants to handle it. And the big fella, Jeff Woodward, directing traffic as they're going to get it to him. He's going to give it right back. And with just 1 second left, up three is going to be no good. Wide left is Brett Eberly. And a little run by Methacton there at the end makes this a ball game. Norristown led by as many as 15. But a little 7-2 run there by Methacton cuts the lead to 10. So at the end of three, 39-29 Eagles. So once again, the Eagle cheerleaders wow the crowd just before we're about ready to start this fourth quarter, which sees the Eagles with a 39-29 lead. And just at the start of this quarter, I was met by my sidekick, Eleazar Hill, who, of course, is off to college now. As we reminisce for just a moment. Miss having him to my right. And we're going to have an offensive foul here, and Binky Johnson a little unclear as to what happened. And he's got company because I don't know what happened either. Well, regardless, it's going to be Warrior basketball. And Tubbs, he's pretty close. He's lucky not to draw another foul there. Again, both teams shooting free throws from this point forward. Eberly inside. Woodward puts the ball on the floor. Up, can't get it to go. Tip can't get it to go. In a tough spot now. And he gets the ball back out. Now Duda open for three, and that is going to be no good. And a foul going to be on Methacton. It was Edwards up high for the defensive rebound, but it's going to be Timko with the contact. And again, we're looking at free throws.
On the line for the Eagles, number 21, Xavier Edwards.
So Edwards, he'll have one in the bonus as the Eagles have an opportunity to increase their 10-point advantage. Pretty fast played first 3 quarters. Likely to be a slower quarter now with all the free throws that may be attempted. Edwards gets the first free throw to go. And again, the Methacton faithful doing their best to make it difficult for the Eagles, but once again, they are unsuccessful. 2 for 2, 41-29, Norristown with a 12-point lead. Eberle looks to break down the defense, gets it to Woodward, and we're going to get a block, and McKeel Allen can't believe it, and he's lucky not to get teed up with his reaction, as referee was not buying the flop. Allen did get there in time, but I think how much he embellished the call prevented the official from giving him the benefit of the doubt. Instead, the call goes in favor of the Warriors. I think if McKeel just kind of doesn't flail the arms, falls a little less obviously, he may get the call there. But no harm, no foul, as another miss from the free throw line from Woodward, who's had a miserable night from the charity stripe, continues. And it is Norristown with a 12-point lead as we approach the 7-minute mark of this fourth quarter. Lyons finds Edwards. Edwards from 14 feet, got it. As Edwards content to shoot the 14-footer and make the 6'9" Woodward stay at home underneath the basket. Can't block a 14-footer from underneath the basket, and it's back to a 14-point lead now for the Eagles. So here are the Warriors. Eberle, who's been frustrated, gets it inside. Turn, spin, up, no good. Tip back out, comes back down to Methacton. And it's going to be an open 17-footer from the corner, up and good. As Ben Christian, who looked initially reluctant to shoot, got it to go. And that closes it back to a 12-point Eagle lead. Now Edwards is looking for a pick. Sanford not ready to come out and set a pick for the team. And as they slap hands to let them know they're back on the same page. But it's going to be Edwards going to the free throw line. 9th team foul. So this will be the last 1-and-1 for the Eagles. They will get the bonus after this. First free throw is up and no good. And it's Woodward who clears for Methacton. They trail by 12. We got 6 minutes to play. Allen leaves Eberle alone. Eberle misses badly. Here come the Eagles. Lyons behind the back. Finds it. Allen in transition. Layup up. Got it. McKeel Allen off the great feed by Lyons. Kiss it off the glass, and it's 45-31 Norristown. Eberle inside. Reach in, taken away. And now we got Sanford in transition. Layup up good. And we'll see if Drerstein's going to call timeout. He will. As the spurt by the Eagles, once again led by the defense, has them out in front 47-31. This is a full timeout. So we'll be back, folks. Eagles lead by 16.
We have the winner of the 50-50 raffle. It is for $111. The number is 220-6536. Again, that number is 220-6536. Please go see the cheerleaders to collect the winnings.
So out of the timeout, you got a 16-point Norristown lead, 47-31. And another impressive performance by the Eagles. This is a very good Methacton basketball team. Some common opponents played between them. You see Lower Marion, who's an excellent team. Methacton played them, lost by 4. The Eagles, of course, beat Lower Marion. But that 7-4 Methacton team, like I said, a lot of close losses as the upper echelon of the Pac-10. Very, very strong this year. But right now it's the Eagles on top, not just in the Pac-10 but in this game. And now Methacton is they got to get something going offensively as they're going to need a run to get back in this game. Woodward and a little slap, and looks like he's going to go back to the free throw line, somewhere he's been very uncomfortable tonight. And I can tell you, when you miss a couple at the free throw line, the hoop looks like about the size of a thimble. And he has struggled mightily so far. Sometimes just seeing the ball go through the hoop can raise your confidence, but I got to tell you, look at his face. You can see he's not very comfortable shooting free throws. The 6'9" center gets the first free throw up, and it's not even close. So now Norristown leading by 16. Probably not going to be in too much of a hurry here as we approach the 5-minute mark here. And they'll be willing to pass the ball around the perimeter, wait and get patient looks. Lyons going to get a good look, and he gets it to go. As Lyons, patient on his drive, got the floater to go, and now Norristown with their biggest lead of the game. And now in the corner, open 3, up, can't get it to go. As there is a little in the basket right now for Methacton, as they've had some decent looks so far this second half, but they have just not been able to get those open looks to go, hence an 18-point Eagle lead. Jump ball possession hour in favor of the Warriors, as it'll be Gerardo to inbound the basketball. And it's going to be, I thought it was going to be a turnover. Instead, the ball is deflected off an Eagle, still be Methacton basketball. And so it's Eberly to inbound the basketball baseline right. As they're trying to get Duda off a screen, they cannot. Now it is Duda with the basketball, guarded closely by Tubbs. Woodward to the hoop, gets the layup to go and a foul. So a nice move by Jeff Woodward. And got the free throw to go. I'm sorry, got the layup to go. Now he go to the free throw line, but this time just for the bonus. So Woodward has had a pretty good offensive night around the basket as he's dominated the boards and been tough to deal with. And he gets the free throw to go. And they're going to get the 6'9" junior center a rest, as he has played every minute of this second half so far. So now it's Methacton, no choice now but try to speed this game up, not let the Eagles take too much time and bleed the clock here. McKeel Allen with the basketball, looking for a teammate, finds one in the capable hands of Tyler Lyons. Now Lyons, dipsy-do, created quite a bit of separation there on a Methacton defender, but again, no need to rush things now as we are under the halfway point. Instead, you're going to get a layup. So getting caught looking behind was number 25, Ben Christian. Edwards took advantage of the opportunity, got the layup to go. And now a floater by Methacton's no good. McKeel Allen clears the rebound aggressively and not afraid to throw those elbows around. So a 17-point lead for the Eagles, 51-34. 3:31 to play here in the fourth. Xavier Edwards finds Tubbs. Tubbs is going to be fouled as Connor Smith, who had some difficulties with his ankles on the last play, commits a foul and sends Tubbs to the line for 2 free throws. As it was the previous Eagle possession where Tyler Lyons wowed the crowd and created about 8 feet of separation in about a second with a little hip move and dribble. First free throw for Tubbs is up and good. And in an area where the Eagles have struggled in the past, they have certainly taken advantage tonight at the free throw line, and this pretty much this whole year, they have been a very capable team from the free throw line. Second free throw is short. I put the whammy on that by my kind free throw comments. But still an 18-point lead, 52-34, as Woodward inside, up, got the layup to go, and a timeout. But with just 3 minutes to play, Methacton does not have the opportunity to trade baskets, and they're going to need a parade of threes, I think, to try to get back in this game. And I think offensively, again, you're going to see Norristown try to work the clock, take their time, take the air out of the basketball, maybe work at least 30 seconds on the clock on these possessions, and make it just about extremely difficult, if not impossible, for the Warriors to have enough possessions to try to get back into this basketball game. So out of the timeout is going to be the Eagles with the basketball. Methacton forced to put a full court press on here to try to create a turnover, create some more offense. Just 36 points for the Warriors so far with just 3 minutes left to play. And it looks like Reddish breaking deep. And we are going to get nearly a turnover. Oh, we are going to get a turnover. As they're going to say, it went off an Eagle. So Norristown with difficulty inbounding the basketball. Going to get Methacton another chance here to cut into this lead. Timko inbounds the basketball for the Warriors. We'll see if they try to pound it inside, and certainly they will. Does Norristown double? No, they don't. And the layup is up and no good, but the offensive rebound is up and no good. Tip is up and no good. The fourth opportunity is up and good. And are we going to have a timeout? We have something going on here at the bench. And instead, now we got a foul on Eberly. As away from the basketball, that one was tough to see. That's going to send Lions to the line. I can't imagine they're going to start fouling this early. Just still a 14-point lead. See if the Eagles will struggle at the line and let them back in the game. But like we've said, Norristown, much improved free throw shooting team over the course of this season. If that would have not gone in, I would have shut my mouth about how good we are at the free throw line. But Lions gets it to go. And 2 of 2. Nice job by Lions. It's back to a 15-point lead. And Methacton in a position now where they really are going to have to score just about every time down the court. And they get a layup right there as Eric Timko got it to go. Now Norristown, Edwards thought about taking it all the way as McKeel Allen was boxing out Woodward to create some space. But Edwards wants to bleed that clock a little more as we are under 2 minutes and 25 seconds to play. And again, Vernon Tubbs with the basketball. Finds Allen in the corner. Allen. And we're going to get a foul. And a foul on Woodward. That's going to send McKeel Allen to the line. I don't think he had intentions of pulling up there from just inside the three-point line. But the reach in by Woodward is going to send Allen to the line for 2 free throws. Does stop the clock for the Warriors. Trail by 13. Allen gets the friendly roll. Sanford's going to come in for Reddish. So Allen's second free throw is up, and it is good. And it seems every time Methacton tries to get in the head of a Eagle free throw shooter, it backfires. Eberly with the basketball. Gets it back. They look inside. Woodward with the ball. Going to look to make a move. Layup is up and way off. And a foul on Woodward. as his layup missed badly and over-aggressive and going after the basketball. And that is just the third foul on Woodward. But we are reaching the point where this lead can be considered insurmountable. Crazier things have happened, but with a 15-point lead and just 2 minutes and 3 seconds left to play, got to feel pretty good about this one for the Eagles. Edwards' free throws are around the rim and no good. As he tries to shimmy off the bad juju from that first free throw attempt. And he is 0 for 2 from the free throw line. So here are the Warriors, under 2 minutes to play. And again, Dude has had tough goings tonight. In the corner, three is up and way off. Offensive rebound to Woodward. Timeout, Methacton. As the rebound by Woodward cuts the lead to 13. Another double-double for the junior center. And this is going to be a full timeout. So with $1:49 left to play, comfortable Eagle 13-point lead. We'll be right back. So the Eagles just 1 minute and 49 seconds away from salting this game away. Another Pac-10 win as they try to go to 9-1 and 6-0 in the Pac-10. It'll be Sanford to inbound the basketball for the Eagles. Methacton was able to gain a turn or get a turnover on their last time. They used the press, and the Eagles having trouble inbounding the basketball, and they're going to get another turnover as a 5-second count. As Norristown, 2 consecutive times with his full court press, has had difficulty inbounding the basketball. And still going to be difficult for Methacton here, as the clock is their biggest enemy, not so much this 13-point lead. Duda to inbound the basketball. Gets it to Woodward. Back to Duda, but great defense by Norristown prevents an open look. Duda traveled, no call, got the layup to go. The Norristown inbounds the ball quickly. It's an 11-point Eagle lead. Sanford doing it all himself. Here comes the trap. Norristown breaks the press. And in a tough spot there is Lyons, but they don't want to double him, as he is a swift dribbler, as is Tubbs. So Norristown, with all their ball handlers in right now, willing to pass the ball around. And Sanford tried a cross-court pass, but it was deflected by Woodward. It's going to stay Eagle basketball. But they were able to take at least 40 seconds off the clock, at least so far. Just 1 minute 14 to play and an 11-point Eagle advantage. Vernon Tubbs, guarded closely by Gerardo. Tubbs turns the corner, thought about the basket, then decided to pull it back out. And a little spin move by Tubbs. And it is Gerardo who fell to the floor, much to the delight of the Eagle faithful. And it's going to be a timeout by Binky Johnson. I think he doesn't mind the clock being bled down underneath a minute, but I don't think he's too happy about the one-on-one showcase dribbling that's taking place. But Norristown with an 11-point lead, under a minute to play. We will be right back.
brings its conclusion, we ask that you please remain off of the court as you exit the arena tonight. Again, we ask that you please remain off the court as you exit the arena at the conclusion of tonight's game.
So here we go. 58.5 seconds stands between the Eagles and their 9th win of the year. And off the inbound pass, it's Vernon Tubbs. Methacton not fouling. They're trying to trap. They're going to get reddish. But again, Norristown looks like they don't have much of intention of shooting. But now a turnover as Reddish try to get it to Allen. And so Methacton can cut into this 11-point lead, and they got the right man with the basketball. Duda, though, who has struggled tonight, couldn't get the three to go. And I'm going to call it. That's going to do it. So Duda, who has struggled from the behind the arc tonight when he has had open looks, couldn't get that one to go. That would have made it an 8-point game and a little more interesting. But with 39.0 seconds left and an 11-point Eagle lead, in a matter of time before the Eagles salt this away and stay atop the Pac-10. Allen's first free throw is up, and it is good. Edwards back into the game. And again, looks like all offense-defense there as Reddish out. Edwards, very strong defender. Short on the second free throw. And it's a 12-point lead. And Methacton, there's going to be a kick basketball here. Just 31.4 seconds left. Norristown, who has trailed by as many as 4, really took over this game late in the second quarter, maintained that lead in the third, ballooned to about 18 points earlier. Methacton has fought back valiantly, but they are going to fall just a handful of points short tonight. So now the three from the top of the key, off the window and in, as Timko, the bank is open for him. And there's a 9-point lead and some mass substitutions now. And we'll see if head coach Jeff Durstein decides to foul. As the three from Timko looked like it was going to be off, but it got the bounce off the window and in. 56-47, 24.1 seconds to play. Tubbs with the basketball, fouled right away. So unless there is an utter just collapse by Norristown at the free throw line and defensively, Norristown is going to get their 9th victory of the season. So Vernon Tubbs didn't start the season with the Eagles. Joined them in, I believe, the 4th game of the year and a key contributor. And it contributes a free throw right there to extend the lead back to 10. And some more substitutions now for Methacton as head coach Jeff Durstein, even though there's just 22.5 seconds left, not giving up. Second free throw. It is up and it is good. So 2 of 2 at the line. Norristown put some token pressure on, at least make Methacton work some clock to get the ball up the court. And they do. And they're going to get a 3 again. Timko can't get this one to go. Rebound comes down to Norristown, but last touch by Norristown. Still just 11.1 seconds left to go. Foregone conclusion is the result right now. As Eberle looking to try to inbound the basketball, they get it underneath to Woodward. He's fouled by Allen. Allen still can't believe it. But it's all academic at this point. 9.4 seconds left. Insurmountable 11-point lead for the Eagles. So Woodward, who we have mentioned has struggled mightily from the free throw line tonight, misses again. And Norristown is going to empty the bench as they go to Some rarely used players now to get them a little bit of varsity action with just 9.4 seconds left and an 11-point lead. And Edwards quickly runs out of the game. And now it's going to be Allen that's out of the game as can't play with 6. Second free throw is up, and he meant to miss it, but it goes in. And a wry smile from the junior, as it tells you what kind of night he's had from the free throw line when he intentionally tries to miss it, and it goes in. Wow. So a 10-point lead, and the cheerleaders behind me have already predicted this win with a popular soccer chant, but it's the Eagles with the basketball. Methacton will not foul, and the ball will be dribbled away as it's John Paulino with the basketball, and another victory for the Eagles as they defeat their crosstown rival, the Methacton Warriors, tonight, 58-48, and they stay atop the standings in the Pac-10. Norristown now on a 9-game winning streak. Norristown's next home game is going to be Tuesday against Springford. Another quality opponent there for the Eagles. Big thanks again to John Doyle, who hustled to get this production ready tonight. And for Ian Morris, we appreciate everybody joining us. Take care, folks.